I'm leaving the US with nothing but my suitcase, a backpack, and a dream of creating content around the world full time. But let's be honest, trying to keep a YouTube channel alive, dodging spotty Wi-Fi, and trying to stay inspired can be a lot. So today, I want to share my exact strategy that I've built to keep growing, stay sane, and enjoy the journey. Let's get started. Hello everyone. If you're new here, my name is Rachel and my husband and I are on our journey to become full-time digital nomads. I have been making travel content on YouTube now for a little over 6 months, and soon we are going to take all of our lives as well as my YouTube content on the road. So it's been one thing of having periodic trips here and there while also producing content, whether on the trip or back home, that I'm able to reuse and upload on the channel. But once we are out in the world full time, of course, everything is going to change. We're gonna have to know how to film wherever we are, whether it is different hotel rooms, Airbnbs, and knowing that we're not gonna be able to just go back to the easy and already set up areas of our home that we're used to. We're gonna have to change the type of content we film, maybe film more vlogs or just get creative with what we're doing. Because like I mentioned before, when things are in motion consistently and there isn't a real break, sometimes things can start to fall apart, and that's what we're really trying to avoid as we go on this journey. Currently, YouTube is not my full-time job. However, I would not mind if it became my full-time job. And I wanted to make this video to inspire those of you out there that are considering any type of hobby or career in content creation on how I am making it work with the chaotic, unpredictable, busy schedule that we are creating for ourselves. So first, I wanted to go over my goals with this channel. Before, I would really post for fun. I really enjoy making videos, but in the beginning, when I first started making videos on YouTube back in 2020, I didn't have a hard and fast goal. I would just kind of post when videos came to me and upload them and kind of see where it took me. But with the new direction I'm going with the travel channel, I really want to build it into something. I'm excited to see where it can go, and I've always loved the community aspect of YouTube. That is one thing that has drawn me to this platform versus other social medias, versus like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, things like that. I love that YouTube, because they are longer videos, 10, 20, 30 minutes. I think I have a couple of like 45-minute videos out there. Because they're longer videos, you get to see more into the lives of the people that make them. So I wanted to use this channel to really build a community of people that love travel, maybe people that wanted to live an alternative to the standard path that life normally takes you. And I wanted this to be a spot where people can connect and where I'm able to interact with people and they can interact with me. So with that, I knew I needed to have some consistent goals while creating this channel that would help keep me on track. I'm trying to do my best and not set goals that are number-based, like how many subscribers I want to hit, how many views I want, because in the end, those aren't things that I can control. All I can control is what I'm doing. So at first I was posting once a week, but now I really want to get into posting twice a week. I have been doing it for about 2.5 months now as a part of a YouTube challenge. I am in the Grounded Life travel group and in their YouTube group. I'm a part of those. And so in their YouTube group, we are doing this challenge. If you want more information for that, the links for those 2 courses are in my description. They are such a wealth of knowledge for learning different things about YouTube. I am trying to post 2 times a week. That way I can build my skills faster. I know a lot of people say you don't start getting your groove of YouTube until you've made 100 videos. So with just math, I'm like 1 video a week for a year is only 50 videos. If I can do 2 videos a week for a year, I can hit 100 videos in a year and really start to grow from there. The second thing I want to do is throw in a mix of searchable content, evergreen content that will stay relevant and valuable as time goes on, with some storytelling and more of my personality type videos. So for the evergreen comment, it can be things about like my backpack videos that, you know, the backpack is what it is and that information will stay relevant until the backpack gets discontinued, or information on how I plan trips, points and miles things, versus my personality videos, which may be more of my destination videos, vlogs, and videos about my experiences while traveling. I also want to really grow the Patreon community. Over there is where I feel like it is going to be the most, I'm already having a ton of fun over there, okay? I love sharing the information because putting things out I'm sure some people can relate, right? Putting things on YouTube or Instagram feels like literally the whole world can see it at any time, even though I know they're not, okay? I know there's not 8 billion people looking at my Instagram, but over on the Patreon, I love using that platform because you're able to really build a community of people that want to see your content. Not everyone is a paying patron. Some are a part of the $1, $5, 10, 15 groups. There is a large mix, but everyone over there, you were able to talk in the comments and send messages to each other, which is one thing YouTube is missing, by the way. You cannot send messages to other people on YouTube. You have to just say it in the comments, which seems like a lot. So that is another goal of mine, is to really curate the group and the atmosphere over there and build up that community. The final goal I have for the channel is to expand my horizons. And while I'm making content for you guys, I also want to possibly look into like user-generated content, you know, making content for hotels and our activities, different tour groups, and doing things like that. That way this can be part entertainment and also part turning this into a full-time income. And so if you're someone that makes content and you are strictly relying on maybe YouTube AdSense, it might not get you where you want to go, but if you sprinkle in Amazon affiliates and working with other brands and creating content for other brands that maybe you don't even use on your own channel, but you make a video and send it directly to them and they can use that for their marketing. So those are my 3 big goals for the next couple of months at least with this channel, just to see how I can grow doing those. Okay, so this is my 4-phase content plan. For those of y'all that are not new here, y'all are fully familiar with our prep phase. That has been everything: getting ready to be digital nomads, decluttering the house, creating the wardrobe, picking out what bag I'm going to use, and the like, okay? That has been going on for a couple of months now. So that is where we are currently. We are in the final countdown. And to add one more thing, another big goal for me with this channel is to use it to store memories, okay? I want to really remember this journey I'm about to go on because it is something so different than anything I've done. And to be able to look back at these videos and see how we did things and how we've grown and changed, I think is something that's really special. So that is another goal, and that is also what I love seeing about this prep phase, is not only do we prep for this trip, but we have also gone on a few trips in the meantime, and we've been taking little vacations here and there while preparing for this ginormous move in our lives. The next phase, which is probably the most exciting phase, I feel like this is the phase that people want the most, and that would be the launch phase, okay? The launch phase is when we are in Europe or we're headed to Europe and we have no plans on coming home, right? Like we have no tickets booked to come home. Not that we're not. But that's the launch phase. It's the beginning of the entire journey. And I feel like that is where a lot of the information that you guys are asking in the comments, that's where you're gonna get a lot of that from. The types of videos I wanna create in there are videos from when we leave the US, how we manage things abroad, whether it be money or eSIMs, working, things like that. I wanna be able to make videos on what we spend in the different areas and what we spend over a week or over a month, because for most people, that's one of the biggest things with this entire journey is how much money do you need? Do you have to save up ahead of time? Can you do this with a regular remote job? How much money are you really spending? Because when you look on YouTube, there's a lot of people making videos doing something similar in worlds of different tax brackets, okay? Some people stay at only 4-star hotels and spend like $10,000 a month, and some only stay at hostels, take trains, and are able to spend like under $1,000 or $2,000 a month, okay? So I want to be able to show this is what our lifestyle looks like, and this is also how much it costs. That way there can be some kind of connection there. This will also be where we start finding our rhythm. In the beginning, it'll probably be bumpy and a little clunky and uncomfortable because we've never done this before. We don't know exactly how it'll work, but we're going to be trying to find our groove and feel what it's like to not live at home. Whenever you travel for maybe a week or two, how you pack is even different because you know, well, I can live without these items for a few weeks because I'm going home and I'll just use it when I get back there. But when you aren't going home, what do you bring? What do you not bring? And things like that. So we'll be trying to find our rhythm in the midst of all of the launch phase. Also, if you've watched to this point, I hope you like being here. I love having you here. If you want to subscribe so you'll be notified next time, because this is a fun place to be and you wouldn't want to miss out. And I'm telling you this as a friend. And because I have a question for y'all and I wanted to know who's still here so you can help me answer it. Okay, so tell me what you guys think. Maybe I'll tell you what I think and we'll figure it out from here. I want to make vlogs of our travels, but this channel right now, mainly informational, sit down videos. I'm telling you the tips you need to know, facts and things like that. And because people come to this channel for those videos, I feel like the vlogs would be best situated somewhere else. So I want to know, would you want to see more of my travel vlogs on this channel, or would you want to see like a Rachel Thomas Life Vlogs separate travel channel? That way all the information is separate. And then from there, I would still put more of my behind the scenes and the blooper reels and all things like that on Patreon over there. But I want to know if I should put vlog videos on this channel or make a completely separate channel, upload the vlogs there, and digital nomading information and data and stuff here. So let me know what you think, but that'll sort of be a mix of the launch phase as well as phase 3. Phase 3 is going to be more of the reflect and the teach phase. And this will pretty much be the steady phase until another big change happens. So this is where we have found our groove. We know how this works for us, and we're gonna show you how we're able to continue to do it, or if we decide to continue to do it, and what our thought process is behind everything. Maybe after a few months, we can look back and see, do we enjoy what we're doing? Do we want to do it the same way? If we're still doing fast travel, kind of like we will be in the beginning, do we like fast travel, or do we want to spend more time in places? Do we want to go back and revisit where we've been? Because for the first part of our journey, we'll primarily be in Europe, and then we have some plans to go to Asia. And so far, those are all the plans we have. But of course, there's so much world to see. Do we want to go to Central America, South America, Australia, New Zealand, anywhere? So those are the things that are going to be a part of the reflect and teach phase. We'll talk about the mistakes we made in the beginning, which would be in the launch phase, and what we would recommend to people who obviously would not want to make the mistakes for themselves, because there's no reason for you guys to make the same mistakes that we did. We'll just tell you what to do so you don't have to make them. That's how I like to do things. So yeah, we're not making mistakes twice. We'll take care of that, and then we'll let you know how that goes. We'll do more budget breakdowns, more tutorials, more recaps. And once we have a good flow, that's when we can really start getting into building out different itineraries to share with you guys, whether you have X amount of days in this city or X amount of weeks in this one. We want to be able to create different plans. That way you can see what it would look like if you were to do something similar. This will really be our chance to reflect and not just report information to you, but really think about the things that we have done and how we feel about them. The last part of this entire plan is really having a solid workflow. That way videos stay consistent, we don't get overwhelmed, and we're able to really grow this YouTube channel like we want to. For example, I have been so busy this week that we did not plan out videos properly. If you can't tell, the sun is literally setting, and I'm planning on recording this video, editing this video, and uploading it today. But as we start the travels, I don't want to feel overwhelmed because I am behind. So our goal is to try and batch record some videos and get ahead of the schedule. That way I'm not doing things like this twice a week, every single week, while doing everything else. So having a good workflow will help avoid that. For planning, I am a big Notion user. If you've never used Notion, I recommend you give it a shot. It is free. They have a free version, and you can do almost anything in the free version. They offer a paid version, but you don't need it to utilize all the benefits of Notion. It is pretty much where my brain lives. You can make databases, which I believe is really the powerhouse of Notion, is creating databases that all link together so you can see all of the information that you need at a moment's notice. I also use Google Calendar to stay in line with my schedule, and my Notion calendar and my Google Calendar sync up so I can see when anything is happening in Notion on my standard calendar on my phone. And so in Notion, I have a whole template that shows what videos I want to film, which ones I have scripted, which one I'm filming, which is this one right now, what I'm editing, what needs to be posted, and what has been posted. And if you would like to see my Notion template, please let me know. I would love to share it with you. It is involved, I can tell you that, but I use Notion for just about anything. For the production, that is what I am currently working on getting better at. I use Dropbox to store all of my footage. So as I edit on my iPad, I will move everything either onto my hard drive to edit more, or I'll move it into Dropbox to store. And I want to be able to pull footage from my Dropbox to use in videos, but my workflow is not fast enough for that yet. So I'm still working on that. If you have a tip, let me know. But I am still working on the workflow for that one. I'm using the Osmo Pocket 3 and the Action 4 as my cameras, and because they're compact and easy to carry, I'm really not missing out on content, which was important to me. I didn't want to not be able to get content because I don't have the device. And while I can use my phone, this phone has like 1% storage left. I am constantly running out of storage, and until I figure that out, it is best for me to film on a separate camera. However, if you have an iPhone, you probably have one of the world's best cameras in your pocket. So as long as you don't have storage problems, you should be good. You can also, I believe, film onto a hard drive with an iPhone. So don't feel like you have to get a camera. I'm just explaining what I have and why it's working for me. And the third part of the workflow is mindset. And I feel like this is really important because it's something that a lot of people get stuck in. And I don't want you guys to fall into this trap, okay? But done is better than perfect. Every video you do does not have to be the world's best video. And honestly, it'll probably be the videos you aren't even expecting that do better than others. I made videos about backpacks that I didn't even think were going to do so well. Those are my best performing videos on my channel. It was a random idea. I created it. I'm proud of the videos because I think I did a good job, but they aren't perfect. They aren't my best videos, but they are my best performing videos. And I don't even know where I got this quote from or who said it, but I read a few months ago that you should upload your video when it is 80% done, okay? Because the time it takes you to do that first 0 to 80% is probably the same amount of time it'll take you to do the last 20. So if it took you 2 days to edit to 80%, and then it takes you 2 more days to edit to 100, how much different is it really gonna get? Go ahead and post it at 80. Go ahead and post it at 80 because you would want to be consistent, right? You want to be consistent with your schedule, and if you're obsessing over every single thing, consistency is gonna fall, and that's what you don't want. So with everything I just said, this is probably the most excited and the most nervous I've ever been to make content, but I really just can't wait to see where it goes. I've wanted to start a travel YouTube channel for like 5 years now. And actually when I got onto YouTube, the whole point was for me to make travel content. But of course I started YouTube in like April of 2020. So travel content was not happening back then. But I'm so glad that I have this opportunity now to do the dream that I've always had and film things around the world and share them on the internet for you guys. So if you are curious about what it takes to live abroad, I've poured a lot of time and energy into this strategy, and I really think it's gonna help me be more productive and sort of stay the track for the types of goals I wanna reach and have an actual process on how to hit them. And if you have ever wondered what it's like to long-term travel or create content while living out of a suitcase and living in hotels, then please hit that like button and subscribe and ring the bell icon so you can be notified every time I upload. Like I mentioned, we are about to start the launch phase, and that'll probably be the most exciting videos for this channel. If you want more behind the scenes, extra videos, or even a real life postcard from the road, then go ahead and join us over on the Patreon. I want to thank all my patrons over there. Y'all know I love hanging out with you guys. Sometimes I feel like I be posting a little much, but I've gotten feedback and y'all say it's not too much, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Okay, but I love sharing over there. Thank you guys so much for being there. And if you're watching this and you want to join, you know where to find us. Let me know in the comments what you want more of. Let me know how you feel about either vlogs on this channel or vlogs on another channel, vlogs in the Patreon. We have tons of options. Do you want more tutorials, information? Tell me what you want to see down in the comments. I will be reading them all and responding. All right, like I mentioned in this video, it's time for me to go and edit and upload this. And you know what? I'm gonna let you know in the comments, okay? It's 8:20. I'll let you know in the comments if I actually got it completed and uploaded in the same day or not. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.